And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fleming Film Talk with me, Robbie Fleming, and join me as always is Justin Doyle. Hello, Justin.
Hey, Rob, what's up? Happy Monday.
Yes, it's a Monday. I know we spoke a bit more recently about our spooky films. I've not had a chance to talk to Cody because I know he's had a change of career. Well, his career's
Oh,
fine. It's just he changed the shift pattern.
okay.
Yes, that's why I haven't had a chance to talk to him for a while. But today I thought we'd do something very special. The Saturn Awards is next week, and it's their 50th year of doing it. So I thought me and you would pick the Saturn Awards because we love award seasons, and I think now it's about time that it's starting to kick off again.
I know, it's so crazy. I feel like we just got done talking about it, but yeah, it's back and I'm ready to talk movies. We got 22 categories for the Saturn Awards. Um, yeah, and which one do you want to start off with?
Yeah,
Let's
just
see.
to clarify, we're just focusing on the TV aspect of it because the television and the home release will be here forever, and I'm not really focused on them too as much as I am with movies. I know I love TV, but I care more about film awards than TV awards, so I know TV awards is more personal choice compared to movies.
Yeah, so it looks like the Saturn Awards have been around for 50 years, like you said. This honors best science fiction, fantasy, and horror, um, which they don't normally do all the time. Looks like we're not going to be talking about TV, but Disney Plus got the most nominations with 26. And as we will talk soon, the Batman leads nominations with 12. Nightmare Alley with 10, No Way Home with 9. So just so you get an idea of what kind of movies we're dealing with here.
Yes,
But yeah,
yes.
which category you want to start off with first?
I think best superhero film would be the best one, as we'll be talking about this a lot. You ready to hear the nominees?
Let's hear
We
them.
got the Batman, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home, The Suicide Squad, and Thor Love and Thunder.
Okay, well, I would say it's really close. I've seen all these movies.
Same.
The Suicide Squad and Spider-Man No Way Home and Shang-Chi came out last year. But we know we don't like Thor: Love and Thunder as
Well,
the
I do
one.
like it, but I have to admit, out of these films, this is the weakest contender. You could snip this one off and it'd still have competition with the rest of the films.
Yeah, and as much as I love Doctor Strange and I enjoyed Elizabeth Olsen's performance in it, I think overall the best superhero film is The Batman.
Yes, and I think even though I prefer No Way Home for more of a personal choice, I think in terms of production and writing and acting, the Batman has also. I'm gonna have to go with the Batman for this. I predict that's the winner.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of buzz this year, and a lot of people seem to like it. Definitely on that first view. So I think that's a good pick there.
Yes. Just trim a little bit of the movie and it'd be better.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe bring in some more of the other fun characters that we're going to learn about in these other movies. But
Yes,
yeah, overall it was really solid, and I think it's a good contender to win Best Superhero Film.
definitely. Would you like to read out best science fiction film?
All right, this is fun. From this year, we have Crimes of the Future and Jurassic World Dominion and Nope. And then from last year, we have Godzilla versus Kong, Free Guy, and Dune.
Right, I'm going to be
What do you
honest with
got?
you. I recently watched Crimes of the Future and I thought it sucked.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are that way, or they really enjoyed it. And you know what? It's on a lot of best of the year so far, and also in the horror section, and then also on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe it's doing pretty good. So, Crimes of the Future has definitely been talked about. But what are you going to do with your pick for best science fiction film?
There's only one obvious choice, and that's Dune. None of the closest is Nope, but nothing like beats Dune in this category.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. It was one of my favorite movies of last year, anyway.
Same.
And I did enjoy Nope a lot, and Jurassic World Dominion, although it was fun, blockbuster film, it kind of fell short in some aspects.
Definitely.
Godzilla versus Kong was beautifully done, but
Like I said, I need to watch that one.
yeah, it's a beautiful film and very vibrant and good things to remember. But overall, I would say Dune is the best of the science fiction films here.
Yeah.
But Crimes of the Future is definitely worth the view and worth talking about. So go check that one out.
Even if people didn't like it, like me.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's still something to talk about. You have a big opinion about it,
Exactly.
But in that movie, there's some things that you'll never forget.
Oh, definitely. I just wish that David Cronenberg did better like he used to in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Yeah. Can't win them all.
Right, you ready
All right.
for best fantasy film?
Best fantasy, yes. Let's do it.
We have Cruella, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, Ghostbusters Afterlife, The Green Knight, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes, so this is an interesting one. The Green Knight maybe last year had a huge strong chance to win for best fantasy film.
Yeah.
Because it was really, really well done. It's funny to see Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent in there because in a way it is fantastical, but normally when you think of fantasy, you think of The Green Knight, you think of Fantastic Beasts because that's definitely fantasy. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is just because he kind of sees himself.
It's weird because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was nominated in this category in 2019.
Yeah, so I guess what they're saying is it's not a true story and it's based off of something that just is fantasy from somebody else's vision.
Yeah.
I would say that Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore has the best fantasy overall, but since the movie is in this category, I think Everywhere All at Once deserves to win this one because it is the best movie of the movies.
Yes, that's obviously my pick. I was thinking Green Knight, but then when I reread it and thought Everything Everywhere All at Once, can't say no to that because I rewatched it the other day. And the one thing I love about the movie is the four performances that make this movie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that one again. Yeah, and I do want to see Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore because I actually really enjoyed it.
One of my work colleagues is an extra in that movie.
Oh, no way. It must be fun. By the way, my favorite movie of the year so far out of this lot, though, would go to Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I just really enjoyed that one, and it was on my top 5 for this year so far.
Yes,
when we did it.
It's still in my top 10. Still in my top 10, and definitely Nick Cage's best film in years.
Yes. So want to win Unbearable Weight, but will win Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes. Both of mine is Everything Everywhere. You ready to read out the best?
Sure, but real quick, Cruella, maybe even last year would be up in your top, right?
Yeah, that was in my top 20.
A lot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, perfect for the season, we have Best Horror Film. We have The Black Phone that came out this year, The Last Night in Soho, last year's Edgar Wright film. We have The Night House. What's The Night House? Oh, yes, with Rebecca Hall. We also have A Quiet Place Part 2, Scream, and X. What an interesting category. Talk to me about it.
Yes, I recently watched X, and that is revolutionary. Like that is just amazing. And I watched also The Black Phone, which I'll get into in a second, but as I do love Last Night in Soho because it really showed how Egg can be a more diverse director than just comedies. But the thing is, I'm going to have to give this to The Black Phone after watching it over the weekend. Because I think it's a really well-written screenplay, quality directing, fantastic performances, And Ethan Hawke just steals the show. He gives an Anthony Hopkins performance where it's his film, but it's not him in it for as long.
Yes. Great. Well, one of my other top movies of this year was Scream, because I'm a huge Scream fan, fan of the franchise. Scream is the
I
first
still
Scream.
need to watch four. I still need to watch 4 in this one.
Yes. The first Scream is one of my all-time favorite movies ever. I think it's the best horror movie I've ever seen.
Do you think Scream 3 is the weakest? Because a lot of people say that's the weakest of the franchise.
Well, maybe, but then like Scream 4 came out, and I think that had some weak points to it, whereas Scream 3 really kind of sealed the deal on the trilogy.
Scream
but
2
obviously
was good
Yeah,
because
Scream 2 is
Timothy
great.
Oliphant and what's her name? Andy's mum, Lady Bird's mum. What's her name?
Oh,
Laurie Metcalf.
gosh, Laura. Yeah, Metcalf. Yeah.
Them two
She's
make
great.
that movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cotton's in it a lot. So anyway, Scream it's just so near and dear to my heart. That's why it's in my top for this year. But I think the best horror film out of this lot is something that's unique and something that we haven't seen before as much. And I think X does that. So I'm going to pick X.
Did you prefer X over the Black Phone then?
I did, yeah. I liked the Black Phone. It was good.
Yeah,
really
no,
good.
no. Like we were saying the other day, 2022 has been the best year for horror out of all the genres.
It sure has. And The Night House is actually really, really good. I recommend that. That's a good movie.
Yes,
Rebecca
I highly. Yes, I'm going to check that one out, and I'm going to read out your favorite genre of movies: action adventure films.
Okay.
We have
go slow. Yeah, go ahead and read them out, and then I just got to do something. 1 minute. Go
sure. Ahead. The first film we have is Kenneth Branagh's Death on the Nile. The other movie is the 9th entry of the Fast and Furious franchise, F9. Daniel Craig's Last Ride, No Time to Die is also a contender. The international hit RRR. Steven Spielberg's latest masterpiece, West Side Story. And my personal favourite, and the one I think is going to win, is Top Gun Maverick. This is my favourite film of the year. Every time I watch this movie, I just fall in love with it more, and I just hope this one wins because it really, really elevated the action adventure to a state that no other modern film can go. It kind of became like the sequel we didn't really need, but the sequel we got and the sequel that we deserved.
Yeah, weird that West Side Story is in this category, right?
Yeah, well, it's Spielberg adventure. That's probably why.
Yeah, I think when we get to the next category, we should add the one from the top and move it over instead of West Side Story. But going based off of this, I've seen all of them. I enjoyed some than I did the others, but hands down, the best action movie out of this is Top Gun Maverick. I mean, it is one of the best films of this year. It's one of the best action films in a long time. RRR definitely has some great action to it and has a really good chance at winning this, and because it's like the sleeper of the year. But it's so much like F9 that we've kind of seen it before, but now it's just because that's fantastic.
More films like RRR than thousands of Fast and Furious films?
Absolutely, yeah, totally. Give me. They also knew what they were doing and made it even more like crazy insane than we can even imagine. So they did a really good job with that. But Top Gun Maverick is definitely the best movie.
Definitely. But F9 is definitely the weakest out of these because I do enjoy the others in their own way.
Yeah, and Death on the Nile, you think is a little bit better than F9?
Oh yeah, because that film felt a bit more consistent. It was just a bit of a slow burn.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right, moving on to best thriller film. This is the one I was talking about. I don't know why it's in thriller. It could have been an action adventure, but coming in at the top is Ambulance. We also have Nightmare Alley, The Northman, Old, The Outfit, and Pig.
Right. I was going to say The Northman, but after my third rewatch, I kind of got a bit bored of it, and it kind of sank down a lot in my films of the year because sometimes after rewatches, I kind of moved them higher or lower.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally think that the one that deserved this was your favourite movie of last year, and that's Nightmare Alley, because it's a well constructed film.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen all these films, and yeah, it could go well with The Northman. But I mean, if we're Nightmare Alley was one of the best movies. Was the best movie last year, nominated for Best Picture. It's hard for a movie like a thriller like that to squeak in. It also, the odds for it to get into Best Picture was really was not that high, but it still did.
I know
And
Nightmare Alley was a slow burn, but at least it was building up to something great.
I mean, I don't think it was slow at all. I loved every second of it. But
No,
yeah,
we all interpret films differently. I just think that this movie had a better second half than first half because once Kate Blanchett shows up, she just kills it for the rest of the movie.
yeah, agreed. She's great. All right, so we're both picking Nightmare Alley.
Yes, we're both picking Nightmare Alley.
All right, now moving on to one of your favorite categories.
Best animated movie.
Yes.
We have got The Addams Family 2, Encanto, Lightyear, Luca, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, and Minions Rise of Gru. I'm a little bit disappointed that a lot of a couple of the ones I like aren't nominated. Certain one me and you love.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if they're going to allow Marcel the Shell with Shoes On to be in there when that one's half live action. I think that they should allow Apollo 10 and a half, A Space Age Childhood, to be in there, but it's not. Uh, Out of this grouping, my favorite movie is Luca. But if we are considering Marcel the Shell with Shoes On to be an animated film, I guess that's the best movie overall out of this. But Luca's my favorite animated film out of this, if we're
Can
just
I
going
just say my
strictly animation.
favourite out of these because I think this is quite a disappointing category. I just kind of wish we could replace Adam's Family with Apollo 10 and a half and Lightyear with Turning Red. But I'm going to go with Encanto.
Yeah, best winner of best
Well,
animated feature last year.
Encanto may be just like a light-hearted plot about family misunderstandings, but the songs and the animation are just so beautiful. They just carry the whole film, and along with Stephanie Beatrice's like voice acting and how it's hard to work out in your head that she's Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, and she's also in The Heights, so
Yes,
she's
still need to
doing
watch In
well.
Heights.
She's doing well.
Good to
All
hear.
right. Next one we have is Best International Film, and this is interesting because I wonder if the Oscars are going to go by this sort of new, because they call it Best International Film now instead of Best Foreign Film. I wonder if they're
In the
going
Oscars, you still have to have non-English speaking language for 90% of the movie.
to. Gotcha. Okay, so that would make the reasons why these are nominated here. We have Downton Abbey: A New Era, Eiffel, I'm Your Man, Riders of Justice, RRR, and Silent Night. Silent Night is a 2021 apocalyptic Christmas comedy. So that's interesting. And then Eiffel is another one I haven't seen, but it's a French romantic drama by Martin Burbelon. Yeah. So those are the two I haven't seen. I've seen everything else.
Nice.
What are you going with?
RRR, of course.
Yeah, Riders of Justice is a great movie, and I think that had a really good chance at being the best. I'm Your Man is a fun romantic comedy with Mr. Dan Stevens, who plays Beast. But out of these, I think RRR was the most surprising, and even though I haven't seen Eiffel and Silent Night. RRR is definitely the best international film. And if you want to say foreign as well, because it definitely is a great foreign film as well.
It's not the best because the best is yet to come because Decision to Leave was excellent. And I'm looking forward to All Quiet on the Western Front, but out of the picks, you definitely RRR is the champion, I think.
Yeah, that one wins for sure, hands down.
Yes. Best film direction is next.
Yes. Who are we getting in there?
Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley. Joseph Kosinski, Top Gun Maverick. Jordan Peele for Nope. SS Rajmouli for RRR. Matt Reeves for Batman. Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. And John Waite for Spider-Man No Way Home. Wow, not a single female in sight.
No. Unless SS Rajamouli is a female, but I don't think so.
No, he's a bloke because he's the guy who sings at the end of RRR.
Oh, gotcha. Well, we know who my favorite director is in here. Steven Spielberg.
No, my favorite director would have been for last year for Tenet.
Right. But since he's not on here, I'm going Steven Spielberg. He's my favorite director. And even though I like Nightmare Alley over West Side Story, I think Steven Spielberg was nominated for Best Director, and Guillermo del Toro was not. But they both have Oscars, right? So that's fine.
Yeah, del Toro won loads for Shape of Water.
Yes. Yeah, what do you think?
It's a hard one, but I'm going to go with my gut and my brain and say Joseph Kosinski.
Ah.
Well, he's made two movies this year as well.
Yeah, the best one and the worst one, if you can believe it.
Oh no, I don't mind some aspects of Spiderhead, but I get what you mean. It is a bit of a slow burn.
Oh, just slow and burn to the ground in a heap of fire and ash. I will say this. I don't think anybody from this lot is going to be nominated this year. So no Matt Reeves, no Jordan Peele, no Joseph Kosinski.
They might be nominated for my awards.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg could be nominated for The Fabelmans, though. That is something that can happen.
Again, that doesn't come out till January, February time for me, so he'll be next year for the Flemings, unfortunately.
Boo. Did you pick? You picked Joseph Kosinski?
Yeah, from what I've seen of his work, he's a good director, and I want to see all of his films one day.
Yeah. All right, and I'm going Steven. Can't go wrong with Steven.
Joseph could be at Steven's level one day. I reckon there are some directors who are close. If you said to me now who do you reckon next Spielberg would be, I'd say Damien Chazelle.
Ooh, I like that one.
Does he make big movies no matter what it is?
Yeah. I also think that these ones that like Ari Aster and the other one are coming in really strong. So
Robert Eggers,
Robert Eggers.
I was thinking about modern day horror directors would probably be a good list.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. All right, coming in for best writing, best film writing, we have Guillermo del Toro and Kim Morgan for Nightmare Alley. We have Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill for The Black Phone. We have Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Chris McKenna and Eric Summers for Spider-Man No Way Home. Jordan Peele for Nope. Matt Reeves and Peter Craig for The Batman. And James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick for Scream. What is the best film writing?
Right. If you're talking about if you pick up a piece of paper and you're writing a screenplay and you're trying to make it unique and you're trying to make it interesting and trying to use ideas that nobody has before, the answer is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I'm gonna have to say the same, and it's for the same reasons.
And I
Nightmare
think this,
Alley.
and this is my favorite to win the Oscar for best screenplay. At least get a nomination.
Yeah, I bet it does. Nightmare Alley is definitely well written and well constructed, but it is based off of previous work. For originality and best overall newness to something, Everything Everywhere All at Once is definitely
Does Everything Everywhere All at Once and Nope are the only two original screenplays on here?
yeah,
Everything else
yeah,
is adapted.
yeah. Look at that. Great. We agree on that one. All right, now we're coming into actor categories. What do we got coming in for best actor in a film?
We have Timothy Chalamet as Paul Voorhees in Dune, Tom Cruise as Pete Maverick Mitchell in Top Gun Maverick, Idris Elba as Robert Dubois Bloodsport in The Suicide Squad, Tom Holland as Peter Parker / Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home, Daniel Kaluuya as Otis O.J. Hayward Jr. in Nope, Simu Liu as Sean / Zhu Shang-Chi in Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings, and Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne / the Batman in The Batman.
Boy, this one is interesting because
It's the hardest because
it's just hard. I mean, it's
can
is
I
it
be
weird
honest?
to say Tom Cruise? I mean, Simu Liu is a really close second. Go ahead.
I'm going to pick Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to as well, but
Justin, think about it. He is the last of the movie stars, but he is a special movie star because he puts everything into his movies and it all come out great. He's kind of realized after Mummy that he needs to make his films as good as they can be, and that's what he does. That's why he gets involved in the producing side of it.
Yeah, and he's the only one that's bigger than the industry almost. I think Simu Liu came in strong with that performance in Shang-Chi, and of course Daniel Kaluuya is an Academy Award winner.
Although with Nope he played the role kind of more reserved. He kind of acted more with his face rather than like dialogue.
Right. Yeah, I think overall Tom Cruise definitely is the best actor in a film.
Although I would say Nope's better than Judas and the Black Messiah as a film because Daniel is just the film. The rest of the films that hit and miss take Daniel out of it.
You are wrong, sir. But that's
Again,
okay.
I watched that recently and I got bored after half an hour.
Yeah, it's more of a one-time view sort of thing, but it was a powerful first-time view.
Yeah, I felt the same with One Night in Miami, so I tried to watch that twice and again got bored.
That'll happen. Yeah, sometimes when you know what's coming, it's less.
Even though One Night in Miami is one of the best adapted screenplays I saw in 2020.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's talk Best Actress in a Film. We have Cate Blanchett in Nightmare Alley, Emily Blunt in A Quiet Place Part 2, Zoe Kravitz in The Batman, Keke Palmer in Nope, Emma Stone in Cruella, Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Zendaya in Spider-Man No Way Home.
I can't say no to Michelle.
I don't think I can either. I think she deserves to be up for Best Actress this year and has a really good chance of winning.
I'd say the closest was either Cate Blanchett or Keke Palmer, but mind you, every time I rewatch Cruella, that just becomes more my favourite Emma Stone performance because she literally is so transformative. You think she's British, not American.
Yeah, and Cate Blanchett, she's in a lot of the movie, but she still has a supporting role. I thought Zoe Kravitz was really good in The Batman, and I think killed it in Nope. She was so much fun. But the best overall performance, because she's pretty much in every single scene and Everything Everywhere All at Once, is Michelle Yeoh.
Yes, definitely. Would you
Good
like
pick.
to read out a best supporting actor? So then then it's fair that we've done both genders.
I love it. Let's do it. Coming in for Best Supporting Actor in a Film, we have Paul Dano in The Batman, Colin Farrell in The Batman, Ethan Hawke in The Black Phone, Richard Jenkins in Nightmare Alley, Alfred Molina in Spider-Man No Way Home, Ke Huy Quan in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Benedict Wong in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Who's your pick
Tell
for this
me.
one?
All right, I'll go first. I got a tie going because Ke Huy Quan did a fantastic job in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I definitely think that he deserves a nomination, but I truly believe that Colin Farrell deserves a nomination for playing the Penguin in the Batman because that was one of my favorite performances so far this year, as is Ke Huy Quan and Michelle Yeoh. So I'm it's a tough one here. Uh, I think for the sort of revival ness of it all, I want to go with Ke Huy Quan, because he is short round.
I
And
want to see him win the Oscar because, again, to come back.
yeah, so you're
I
going with
I
Ke Huy Quan.
I don't really like saying he should win an Oscar because of this big career change, but you have to also think that this is the best performance they've actually done in a while.
Well, yeah, and it's his
But
best
with but
performance
with
to
Kate
date.
but with Kwan, he hasn't acted in years. He's just been doing like the odd job since the Goonies and Indiana Jones days, and he's back. And now that he's back, he's getting all this acclaim, and he's been getting roles. And I can just tell that now he's grown up and he wants to get back into it. He's going to take it more seriously, and he's going to get bigger roles because of this epic performance. And I think he deserves it out of all. I would say my second would have been Ethan Hawke because again, it's like Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs kind of performance where he steals the show every single scene he's in.
Yeah, very weird and memorable.
Yeah, a performance you won't forget.
Yes, spooky. All right, what do we got for best supporting actress?
We have Awkwafina in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Jodie Comer for Free Guy, Carrie Coon for Ghostbusters Afterlife, Viola Davis for The Suicide Squad, Stephanie Hughes for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Diana Rigg for Last Night in Soho, and Marissa Tomei for No Way Home. And I have to admit, I'm gonna have to give it to Stephanie. I know it was a bit of a cop out giving everything everywhere all at once or free acting awards because other films do deserve it, but I don't know this actress. Apparently she was in Shang-Chi, but I didn't know her until this movie. And she's phenomenal.
She's very good. Um, so for me, that's the only movie that came out this year. So all the other ones are for last year.
I wish
Uh,
yeah, they nominated the wrong Jodie Comer film of 2021.
yeah, agreed.
And in my
Um,
opinion, where's Margot Robbie for the Suicide Squad? She killed it.
mhm, mhm.
And where's Jamie
I
Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once? Again, she
yeah,
killed it.
I agree. She's one of my favorites this year too. For real, my favorite performance here is Marissa Tomei for Spider-Man No Way Home. But
Everybody loves Marissa Tomei.
yeah, and Diana Rigg was great in Last Night in Soho, and she actually is nominated posthumously. But I guess just for the sake of it, I'm going to go with Marissa Tomei because I do think she gave the best performance out of this. Um, and yeah, heartaches.
Definitely, definitely.
All right.
Would you like to do best young actor in a film?
Okay, I'll do Best Young Actor in a Film. We have Noah Jupe in A Quiet Place Part 2, Madeline McGraw in The Black Phone, Millicent Simmons in A Quiet Place Part 2, Mason Thames in The Black Phone, Jacob Tremblay in Luca, and Finn Wolfhard in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Is Tim McGraw Madeline McCraw's dad? Tim McGraw, the country singer, because that'd be cool if he was his daughter.
I don't know. I think her name would be like Hill McGraw because of Faith Hill. I don't know. I'm not sure.
But I thought a lot about this, and even though, I'm going to give it to Mason Thames for the black phone.
I'm going to give it to... Oh, go ahead.
I felt the other two kids in Ghostbusters Afterlife were better than Finn Wolfhard.
Oh, yeah. He just looked like
McKenna Grace and Logan Kim were so much better than Finn Wolfhard.
Agreed. Definitely. I think the best actors here...
What'd you say, Justin? You're frozen up.
And Noah is acting, so I can't really give it to him. Am I better?
Yeah, you're better now.
Okay. The best actors, in my opinion, in this group are Jacob, Millicent, and Noah. But Jacob just did voice acting, so I can't really give it to him. But out of these, Millicent and Noah in A Quiet Place Part 2, I think Noah did better in the first, where Millicent did better in the second. So I'm giving this one to Millicent Simmons.
And Jacob did it better in Room.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
See Justin, I do watch films you tell me to watch.
Yeah, it sure takes you a while, but yeah. Millicent is great. She's a deaf actress, and I just think she's going to be Academy Award winner one day. So
100%.
Great. All right, coming up next is Best Film Editing. What do we got?
We have Spider-Man No Way Home, Top Gun Maverick, The Batman, Nightmare Alley, Nope, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Ambulance.
All right. Well, for editing, huh?
Yeah, they don't have a cinematography category for some reason.
Yeah,
that's not the most important part of the film. No cameras, no movie.
Yeah, right. I think the only two winners here, clear winners, is either Top Gun Maverick or Everything Everywhere All at Once. Because with Top Gun, you have these scenes of being up in the air and cutting to other people being up in the air, also cutting to face close-ups and stuff. Plus, and Everything Everywhere All at Once, it is the multiverse. So there's these cuts of and edits where they had to film certain scenes in the same way in a different styling, so it would match up as it was a part of this multiverse. So both of them are deserved to be in this category, but I think the one that was more impressive is probably Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, I agree. Now you just kind of explained it, so I agree with every single word you just said.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough category there with Top Gun Maverick being in there, but
Top Gun Maverick is better for cinematography, but Everything Everywhere All at Once is better for editing.
Yeah, lots of It's just insane.
Yeah, my favorite editing of the year so far is Elvis, but Everything Everywhere All at Once is definitely in the top 5 of editing.
Yeah, and we'll probably see it up for some Oscars.
Oh, 100%. Right, you ready for music in this film?
All right, do you want to do... Yeah, let's hear it.
We've got Nope, Cruella, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, The Batman, Nightmare Alley, Crimes of the Future, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and I'm going to go for The Batman.
Agreed. Michael Giacchino just kills it.
Have you seen Werewolf by Night yet? You should watch it because he kills it as a director.
Wolf by Night? No, I haven't.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night is on Disney Plus. It's only on for an hour. You should just.
Oh yes, that one. I have not seen that, but yeah.
Yeah. Check that one out because it's only like an hour long.
Yeah, he's killing it. I mean, he's got so many credits and a lot recently. And he's just really good at what he does.
Second would have to go to the legendary Danny Elfman.
For Doctor Strange, yeah.
Does that
He's really...
does that fight they have with the musical notes, that was just perfection.
He's really good at doing dark movies, scoring dark movies. Very
Not
much
just
so.
that, he's good at like his opening and closing themes.
Yeah.
He's like John Williams.
Very memorable. It was Michael Giacchino in the Batman. That was one thing that everyone said afterwards, that they loved about the movie. And then also he was able to recreate a Nirvana song, I believe, and make it revitalize it. So very well done.
Just this year, Michael Giacchino has scored the Batman, Jurassic World Dominion, Lightyear, and Thor: Love and Thunder.
Dang, that's 4 big movies.
Well, he is a master.
Yeah, and that werewolf one, so 4.5 movies.
I know.
All righty, let's talk about Best Film Production Design. We have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We have The Batman, Cruella, Nightmare Alley, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Last Night in Soho, and Dune.
I'm going to give this one to Dune.
Yeah, my favorite this year is Batman. Is the Batman? I thought the way that they designed that was really good. Last year, for sure, would have went to Nightmare Alley, or Dune. I think has a great. But yeah, Dune is just a bigger spectacle of a movie, even than the Batman. Even though the Batman's a huge spectacle, and Dune's visuals for that production was just stunning, and the way that they paired it with makeup and costume just really worked well. So I'm going to give it to Dune as well.
Awesome. Glad we agree on something. Do you want me to read out Best Costume Design?
Let's hear it.
We have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Cruella, The Batman, Dune, Thor: Love and Thunder, Nightmare Alley, and Eternals.
Well, this is interesting. I think what got nominated and what deserved for last year was Cruella.
And looking at the films that came out this year as well, I would still say Cruella stands out in terms of costume design, so I'm going to give it to Cruella.
Let me see what I have for my favorite so far for costume. I have Elvis, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Honk for Jesus Save Your Soul, Till, and Hellraiser. I thought Hellraiser.
Let me just check my favorites too, because I do write them down when I'm trying to plan out the awards. So that's a good idea. The ones I liked the most so far are The Batman, Don't Worry Darling, Elvis, and See How They Run. I'm hoping Black Panther Wakanda Forever gets him for that spot.
Don't Worry Darling does have great costume, but we did line up on Elvis, so that's good. I think the most that went into any of the costume, and because of the necessity of getting the costumes down for Cruella, I think they win. Cruella wins.
Yes, definitely. What about best hair and makeup?
Are you going with Cruella as well?
Cruella's not
for
nominated.
Best costume?
Yeah, I'm with Cruella as well. But yeah, Cruella's not nominated for makeup, which is disappointing.
No, makeup is Army of the Dead, Crimes of the Future, The Batman, The Suicide Squad, Nightmare Alley, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Dune.
No contest, Batman.
Oh, interesting.
The way
I haven't seen Army of the Dead. Oh, I have seen Army of the Dead. The way that what?
The way how they constructed Colin Farrell to look like that was just amazing.
Yeah, I have my favorites are Batman and Hellraiser. I don't think Hellraiser is going to get
mine are the Batman, Do Revenge, Don't Worry Darling, Elvis, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. The hair and makeup.
What was the something revenge?
Do Revenge, the one on Netflix I've been like hyping up. Don't tell me you think that's the second worst film of the year so far.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you need to. It's amazing.
The Suicide Squad won best makeup one year when the first one came out. I did think that Crimes of the Future had some interesting makeup in it and some weird props and stuff. So that was
just shame he didn't do anything in the writing department with it.
Oh, good one. Dune has some great makeup. Thor: Love and Thunder has great makeup with Christian Bale for sure. But I agree, the Batman with what they did to.
Aren't you surprised that Everything Everywhere All at Once isn't nominated? The way how like each universe variant looks different from each other.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It might be for the Oscars and stuff, but the Batman's definitely going to be nominated because nobody knew it was Colin Farrell at all until like the credits roll, or if you looked it up before. He just is unrecognizable. So that's a really good. Hands down the win. All right, what's coming in for best special visual effects?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Top Gun Maverick, Godzilla vs. Kong, and Jurassic Park Dominion. Okay, where's Dune? Seriously, where's Dune?
I'm going to go with what I truly believe is true and say Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That is your everything, everywhere, all at once. The Doctor Strange took the multiverse from them.
Yes, I'm going to agree with you the same, although, because Top Gun Maverick is more based on the actual, like, realistic flying than visual effects.
Yeah, absolutely. And Godzilla vs. Kong is very beautiful and does have great visual effects, but
So does Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah. That deserves it too. But I think Doctor Strange is a little more impressive with their visual effects and like
it's just a shame Jurassic Park Dominion is the weakest tier.
Over Ghostbusters? I don't know. Afterlife didn't get much love. It doesn't have much.
I love Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't know why you think that it's terrible.
I don't think it's terrible. It just didn't get a lot of love. I like Dominion over Afterlife.
Even the bits with the locusts?
I don't like the locusts. I don't like that.
Glad me and you are on the same wavelength with that film.
Yeah. More dinosaurs, please.
Yeah, more dinosaurs.
All right. Our final category is Best Independent Film. I've seen half, I think, or not even half. This is sad. Dream Horse. Alice is a Kiki Palmer film. Dream Horse is Tony Collette. Duel is Karen Gillan. Gold is Zac Efron. Mass from last year has Ann Dowd and Jason Isaacs, Martha Plimpton. And Watcher is from this year, stars Micah Monroe, directed by Chloe Okuno. What do you think? Have you seen any of these movies, Rob?
Only one that's the one I'm going to give. It's Mass.
Yeah, Mass is hands down the best movie out of this lot. There's no way Dream Horse looks like a Lifetime movie. Alice is a antebellum sort of movie. Gold I haven't seen, but is like
I want to see Dream Horse because I like the director. He's a TV director I like called Yoros Lim.
Okay. Watcher has been getting a lot of buzz this year, and I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to see that one. And then Duel, I heard was really fun with Karen Gillan. It's really, it's a fiction thriller, science fiction thriller that's kind of satirical. So.
Oh, Aaron Paul.
But yeah, Mass is definitely the best movie out of this. I mean, it will break your heart and make you cry and make you smile all in 2 minutes. And it's just insane how good that movie is.
What do you mean by a Lifetime movie?
So Lifetime is a channel out here. It's like the Hallmark Channel. It's made for TV.
Do
Either
you mean like them
corny,
stereotypical lovey-dovey dramas where somebody's like dying of a disease?
yes, something we've
A
seen
bit like
before.
Resort to Love, Falling in Love, kind of them cheesy Netflix movies.
Yeah, something like. But this one's not like a love movie. It's just like it's a family heartfelt movie, but tugs at the heartstrings for on purpose. So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't really say much. But it just, she's an Academy Award nominated actress. Should
Tony
be.
Collette.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I don't know. I bet she thought it was gonna be something bigger than it actually was. But
Yes, she's been nominated for 1 Oscar and 2 BAFTAs.
what was the Oscar for?
6 cents. The BAFTAs were for About a Boy and Little Miss Sunshine.
She hasn't been nominated since 1999.
And yet she's had like amazing performances. In fact, I think she's better in Little Miss Sunshine, and I don't know how she wasn't nominated for that. She could have qualified for supporting or best actress for that movie.
Yeah, and she for sure should have been nominated for Hereditary. Unbelievable.
I know, right? I mean, I'm not big on Hereditary, but I love her performance.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go down them quickly. What was your best superhero film?
The Batman.
I also chose The Batman. Science fiction film?
Dune.
Dune. Best fantasy film?
Everything, Everywhere,
Everything,
all
Everywhere,
at once.
All at Once. Best horror film?
The Black Phone.
And I chose X for that one. Best action film?
Top Gun.
Top Gun, baby.
Best
Best
thriller. Nightmare Alley for me.
Nightmare Alley for me, definitely. Best animated film.
Encanto for me.
And I have Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, if we're counting that as an animated film, but I chose Luca. International film.
I chose RRR.
Yes. What'd you choose for best direction?
I chose Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun Maverick.
And I have Steven Spielberg in for West Side Story because he's the man. And for
I
film
have
writing?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Same. Best actor in a film?
I chose Tom Cruise.
Same. Best actress in a film?
I chose Michelle Yeoh for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
As did I.
And
Supporting actor?
I chose K.Q. Cran for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Me too, just for his comeback, even though Colin Farrell has a very good chance. And supporting actress?
I couldn't say no to Stephanie, who's for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
And I got to give it to Marissa Tomei. She was great as May. Best young actor?
I do it to Mason Thames for The Black Phone.
And I'm giving it to Millicent Simmons for A Quiet Place Part 2.
For best film editing, I gave to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
As am I.
Best music, I gave to The Batman.
As did I for Michael Giacchino.
Production design, Dune.
I gave it to that as well. It's just so well done.
But for costume design, I chose Cruella.
Hands down, it was the reason for the movie.
For best makeup and hair, I think we both chose The Batman.
Yes, because Colin Farrell was so unrecognizable.
And what did we choose for best film effects?
I chose Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which I believe you did as well.
Yes, I did, because it was made to look Sam Raimi, and Sam Raimi made them look Sam Raimi.
Yes, and all the different versions of of Benedict was just amazing. When he was a zombie, when he was cut up into little pieces, he's just amazing. And then we both agreed on best independent film, which is
Mass, and it's
do you
revolutionary.
do you think this is the most we've ever tied on?
I think this is.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Cool. Well, there's only a few movies I haven't seen in here. I should get to them. Eiffel, Silent Night, and then these independent ones. I want to see Watcher for sure. And then, why not check out Dream Horse for a little lighthearted comedy?
Yeah.
Okay. Any recommendations for the week?
Yes, I recommend The Black Phone.
Oh, yes. Tell us about the Black Phone.
The Black Phone is a thriller that's set in the 80s or the 70s, and this child abductor has kidnapped this boy, and in the basement he captures him in. He has a black phone, and when he goes to pick up the black phone, he hears like the victims of this kidnapper speak to him.
Nice.
And the other film I'm going to recommend is one of your favourite films I've seen for the first time, and that's Friday.
Boom, boom.
Wanted to find a Friday night to watch this movie, found the perfect time, had buddies over, and thought I'd put it on for good laughs.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, it's got action, comedy, drama. What's the other
What's
ones?
fun?
Romance.
It's funny because Ice Cube and Chris Tucker's characters remind me of the guys from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah. The guy who played the sort of UPS driver, and he had the chain. My grandmama gave me that chain.
Yeah.
So that was supposed to be Chris Tucker. He was supposed to play Chris Tucker's role, and they said they needed somebody who was, a lot more funny, and so they got Chris Tucker, which he's one of the greatest characters, sub-characters.
It's a shame he only acts every once in a while, mainly to do rush hour stuff.
Yeah, but everyone knows
he was brilliant in this and the Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, well, and Fifth Element, I think he's great.
Oh, definitely Fifth Element.
Yeah. I recommend, what was the first one? Oh, yeah, both of those movies. Go check out The Phone and go check out Friday for sure. I have an interesting one. This one I just watched last night. It's called See For Me, and it's on Hulu. And this is a horror film, a thriller that is about a young girl goes and house watches, cat sits this huge mansion, and it's in the middle of nowhere. But she's blind and she can't see. So she downloads this app called See For Me, and this person talks to her and tells her what's her surroundings. And it's a home invasion film, and so this person has to help her get through that. And it's all I need to say about it. It's very interesting. The performance was by an actual blind person, so I can only imagine what she had to go through just to be able to perform that way. Plus, when you don't know what your face is doing or how it looks, like, it's hard to act, like it's hard to know what looks good, what looks right. Is this a frown, sort of thing. So it's a really difficult process for an actor who is blind to do this. So I give top performance to that. And overall, it was something I haven't seen before. I thought it was really interesting concept.
This is a Canadian thriller that came out in 2021.
Cool. So released here in 2022. I mean, it might have had like an independent film festival cycle, but
it's on the British Netflix. So I'll try and see if I can spot it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's only an hour and a half, very easy watch, and like I said, I was interested in wondering what the hell was going to happen the entire time. So it was an interesting watch, very, very smooth view.
Yes, but yeah, I'm sorry, Justin, but I didn't like Crimes of the Future.
That's okay. It's all right. It's interesting. It's unforgettable, that's for sure. So I just I mean, the chair to make them eat is just haunting. It's haunting.
No, I'm surprised wasn't nominated for Best International Movie on here. Titan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That could have been up for
Titan.
a horror film too. I mean, that
I know, like I said,
just
I
as scary as
rewatched it recently. I had another great time watching it.
yeah, it's a good film.
Oh, it's great.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens this weekend when the Saturn Awards happen. We'll see how many of us were able to, or how what we got right, and we'll see all the ones we got wrong. But
Yes.
it was a great topic. I love talking all these movies, especially because some of these movies won't even be mentioned for Oscars and other awards. So it's good to talk about these. So
Yes. Yes. And to end the spooky season next week, did you want to talk horror directors?
okay, let's talk horror directors. Like our top 5 favorite horror directors.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Because then I can
That
have a
should be
mix
fun.
of classic and modern, and maybe international if there's one or two.
I'm sure there is. That's a good one. Okay, well, we'll do that next week, and
Awesome.
we'll also have for you next week the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo International.
Yes, the 2009 one. Or would I then have to rewatch the Fincher one and do an old versus new on them?
Oh, cool. There you go.
Website, yeah. So check me out at robbiesreviews.co.uk. You can also check out my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, and TikTok.
That's right. There you go. Check them all out. And I'm at Worth the View Movies on all the things. Go check it out. Today I uploaded my review of Halloween Ends, and tomorrow or maybe later tonight I'm gonna put out Amsterdam, and coming soon is the new movie by James Gray called Armageddon Time with Anthony Hopkins and Anne Hathaway and Jeremy Strong.
Yes, yes, and on my YouTube channel as well. Check out my recent review of Amsterdam as well.
Yeah, there you go. See what we thought about Christian Bale and his fun performance.
And the rest of the cast.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, Christian Bale is definitely the one to talk about.
Oh, 100%.
All right, we'll do that, and then until next time.
Until next time. Bye, Justin. Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Later, guys.
Later.